Hello everyone and welcome to the short video tutorial series of Planet Pro. I'm Mike Shaw. In this video, let's talk about how to set the camera height. So first, you don't actually need to set the camera height in most cases. For example, here I am in New Jersey, looking at Manhattan. Let's say I put down the camera pin like this. Do I need to set the camera height? No, there's really no need. If you tap on the camera pin, you can see that the subtitle says the camera height is 4.92 feet, which is the same as 1.5 meters. This is the default camera height that Planet uses. 1.5 meters is a typical tripod height. Planet will automatically look up the elevation at this location and then just use that. But sooner or later, you will face situations where you'll want to set the camera height. For example, let's say you want to shoot the Manhattan Henge event from the Tudor City Bridge. This bridge is an overpass across 42nd Street. Suppose you happily put the camera pin on the bridge and hope the plan will work. But since you're curious, you're wondering if Planet puts the camera on the street or actually on the overpass. Well, your instincts are absolutely right. Planet only knows the ground elevation, so then it just adds the default 1.5 meters, or about 5 feet, to determine the camera's vertical position. Let's tap to retrieve the elevation, 41 feet. Does this include the height of the overpass? It's easy to find out. Press and hold a location anywhere on the street and tap to retrieve the elevation again, 41.06 feet. Almost the same. So clearly, Planet doesn't know that there's an overpass. So this means if we want a precise camera height, we need to add the height of the overpass. A quick way to do that is to tap to select the camera pin, then tap this height button on the bottom. I estimated the overpass to be about 30 feet above the street, so we'll add 30 feet plus 5 feet for the tripod for a total of 35 feet. Now, if you select the camera pin, you'll see the subtitle says 35 feet. Done. That's the end of this video. Almost, but wait. When we implemented this feature in the app a few years ago, several users started pointing out that the sun or the moon's actual position was way lower than what the app shows. So after investigating, we found that they set the camera height at 200 feet because they were in a high building. When they're working on another plan on the ground, they forgot to remove the 200 feet camera height, and so this is why the sun or the moon appears higher in the app. So we recently added this button to remind our users that a non-default camera height has been set. Tap on it and you'll see the list of non-default options you may unintentionally set. The camera height will be one of those. You can tap Reset to reset all non-default options, or you can tap the option above to reset that option. Tap it. Now the camera height is reset to 4.92 feet. This warning mechanism still doesn't solve all the problems, so we decided to devise a better way to set the camera height. Use a camera marker. When you edit the camera height, on the bottom left, there's a button to add a camera location marker. Tap it. Over here, you can set the camera height above the ground to 30 feet. Then select the marker and put down the camera. If you tap the select the camera pin and look at the subtitle, it says plus 30, then plus 4.92. 30 feet is the height from the camera marker. 4.92 is the default tripod height. The message means we added the two heights on top of the elevation. Now, when I'm on the bridge, I might adjust my camera location from here to here. Will it keep the camera height? Tap to select the camera pin. The 30 feet is gone. Not good. To fix it, edit the marker. Over here, you can see a region diameter. Let's set it to 50 feet. Done. Here's a circle to indicate how large it is, which is 50 feet in diameter. If you tap the camera pin again, you can see it has 30 feet in height. As long as the camera pin is dragged anywhere within this region, we'll show the circle, and the camera will automatically get a 30-foot high height. Pretty cool, right? And that's not it. I wish there was a better way to define the region so that it only covers the bridge. This is especially useful when you shoot from a rooftop. To do so, tap to select the camera marker, then press and hold on the pencil button, also known as the edit button on the bottom. Next, tap on the polygon tool. If you don't see those 4 buttons on the side of the joystick, that's simply because you didn't subscribe to the 3D model, which is something you may wish to consider. But now I can use the joystick to define the region for the bridge. Done. Now, if I drag the camera pin near the marker, the rectangle is shown when it's in the region. When it's on the rectangle, the camera height is set automatically. Move it away and the rectangle is gone. As you can see, this way makes it perfect for defining the region of a rooftop camera location. Finally, make sure you only use the camera location category to set the camera height. If you use a building category marker or any other category, Planet won't accept it. So I just showed you the first case you need to set the camera height. There are two more cases. The second case is the drone. Let's say you want to fly a drone in New Jersey and take a photo in Manhattan. You place the camera pin over here, then use VR. This is the view from the ground. Now go back. Add a marker, choose the camera location category, and select drone. Then over here, I input 1,000 feet. Go back to the map, choose VR. This is the view from the air, 1,000 feet above the ground. This feature could be useful if you want to see what the composition will look like before flying the drone. The last case is when you find the elevation is wrong. This is a more advanced use. If you're a beginner, feel free to stop here. And you only need to be concerned about doing this when you are looking for a perfect alignment plan. We are using an elevation server to retrieve the elevation data. If you go to Menu, Settings, Service Provider, Elevation Provider, you can choose one of the three elevation providers. The default one is the Planet Elevation Provider. It's our own server and it's free to use. But unfortunately, it is not that accurate. Google's elevation provider is more accurate, especially in the US. So if you're working on the precise alignment, we suggest you try to apply a Google Map key from the link below and enter it here. It isn't very easy to apply the Google Map key, but it is worth it. That'll give you much more precise elevation data than the default one. Bing's elevation provider also needs a key that is easy to apply. It's better than Planet, but not as good as Google. That said, we also have another great tool, Google Earth, to get elevation data. Here it is. Take the Tudor City Bridge, for example, and search for it. You can move your mouse over a location. On the bottom, you'll see the elevation. Interestingly, it actually can tell if you're on a bridge or not on the bridge. When the mouse is on the bridge, it says 61 feet. On the street, it says 31 feet. With that information, I can further refine this camera marker. Tap the marker and edit it. Tap to select the Starting from the Sea Level checkbox. Then enter 61 feet here. Now the camera marker has an absolute elevation of 61 feet. If you tap on the camera pin again, you can see that the subtitle says 61 feet without a plus sign. No plus sign means that the value 61 is an elevation from the sea level. This is how you adjust the elevation if you find the default elevation is wrong, or you want to get the absolute elevation as the camera height. That is all for this video. Thanks for watching, and enjoy learning and using Planet.